What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin Sports with Jake. Hope we're all doing well. So, we'll get to the NBA and NHL playoffs. The NHL knocked the Jack Adams finalists for the best coach for Coach of the Year award. It was Rick Touchette in Vancouver, Rick Bowness in Winnipeg, and Andrew Burnett in Nashville. To me, it's Rick Touchette this year in Vancouver. He did a very good job. You know, that team came in that has been struggling for quite a few years. You know, has been through a lot, obviously. They let go of Travis Green. They bring in Bruce Boudreau and that whole thing. They were like basically looking for his place behind his back while he was still there, and then they let him go, and that got messy. Eventually, they obviously replaced him with Touchette. And he led Vancouver to a really strong year. I think they were second in the Western Conference this year. They are, heading to Game 6 against Nashville. You know, have a chance to win that series in 6 games and head to the second round of the playoffs, which is what I expect will happen. And a lot of people thought Nashville could pull off the upset. I don't agree. I thought from the start Vancouver is going to win that series. But so I have him winning. You know, Rick Bowness. No, Winnipeg was better than expected. I think they're like 4th in the West, but they just lost in 5 games in the first round. And Burnett, I mean, Nashville, they barely made the playoffs. I mean, I like him. He's a pretty good coach. He did a really good job last year, a couple of years ago in Florida. After they let go of Joe Quenneville, after all the stuff came out, he took over the interim head coach and did a really good job. You know, he led them to one of the best teams in the league. Did end up getting swept by Tampa in the second round, though. And then they decided not to bring him back last year, but he latched on easily with Nashville, and he's kept them relevant at least. You know, Nashville's been very mediocre for a long time. You know, they got into the playoffs this year, but they're probably going to lose in 6 games to Vancouver in the first round. So, Rick Touchette is my Jack Adams winner this year. The NHL loves respecting the same coach over and over again. Rick Touchette was recently with Arizona. Also, that went very poorly, and also he latched on with Vancouver, and that was going to be coach of the year, and Vancouver's got a chance to, have a deep playoff run. A couple of wide receivers got signed in the NFL. Dolphins just signed Odell Beckham Jr. not too long ago. Okay, a 1-year deal worth $3 million, we're up to $8.2 million. He hasn't done much left. OBJ only had like 35 catches last year in Baltimore. No, they ran the ball a lot. To be fair, but still, doesn't have much left. He's at best a serviceable 3. In fact, he might even be a 4 at this point in his career. But I guess they could use one more receiver. Alvin Thomas and Jay Muller, phenomenal. The receiver they already had was Braxton Berrios, who's not a big returner, but not a really great receiver. I guess he'll fill in that number 3 receiver role, in that offense. He'll have one-on-one coverage all day, so it's not a bad spot for him. I just don't think he has a whole lot to give anymore. At this point, he's been in the league. He's going to be he's like 11th year in the league. He's had so many injuries. He's not the same player. Chargers signed DJ Shark a year for $5 million. He was last year with the Panthers. Didn't have a very good quarterback either, and Bryce Young. He had 55 catches last year. He could be a 5-3, which he might be in with the Chargers because you drafted Lad McConkey in the second round. You have Quentin Johnson, who had a horrible rookie year. Looks like a bust in the making, first round pick last year. But also they aren't giving up on him yet, and now Shark. So it's an okay signing, I guess. And the Bills signed Chase Claypool. I don't understand why. The dude's horrible. Don't know why that helps them. I mean, they can use as much receiver help as they can get, I guess. But cool. I mean, it says a lot when the Bills receiver room is really bad, and you can make a case that he's their 4. Like, you just have a Keon Coleman start the second round. But his press conference was really funny. He's a very funny guy. I hope he gets mic'd up there on the air. You have Khalil Shakir, who obviously has not really had a chance to do much, just being the 3 of the 4 in the last few years. Curtis Samuel, who I think is a 3. And then, I guess, Chase Claypool, who hasn't done anything in years. The Seahawks declined the 5th-year option on Najee Harris. They're back. Look, he is the only back in the team's history to have 300,000-yard seasons, in his first 3 years. But also, Cowboys Braves rookie has not been as good the last 2 years. Lost a lot of carries to Jalen Warren. Down the stretch, Jalen Warren took over as the number 1 back from Najee Harris. They were kind of in the committee. But Jalen Warren appears to be the better back of the 2. He's a decent back, but I don't think he's elite. And also, running backs, don't pay running backs. Just don't do it. There's no reason to. Jalen Warren, to me, can do basically exactly what they want out of Najee Harris. and he's, cheaper because Najee Harris was a first-round pick. Warren was a much later round pick, fifth-round pick or something like that. Warren's got, I think, 2 years left on his contract. Harris has this year. He would have had to pay him a lot more next year. So it just makes more sense. He's under control for more years, and he's cheaper, and he's probably just as talented. So his option gets declined. And the New York Mets are promoting top pitching prospect Christian Scott. He's expected to start tomorrow against the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm very excited. He's been doing really well. He had a really good year last year at Double A. He's been at Triple A this year. He's pitched very, very well. The Mets pitching coach, Jeremy Hefner, said, he's definitely going to be a very good pitcher in this league, just depending on, he'll be called up soon. Depends on when. They have 39 games over the next 41 days. So as a result, they're actually going to a 6-man rotation. So I thought maybe they'd bump Adrian Hauser out of the rotation. He has not pitched well. He came into his last start with an 8.3 ERA, and he gave up 4 runs over 5 in the last game against the Cubs. The Mets did come back and win the game, thankfully. So, they're going to go 6-man rotation. I know Kulai Senga's starting to go into a rehab assignment. I assume Hauser will be the guy to lose his spot once he comes back. Jose Buto, I think, has pitched well enough to stay in the rotation. As have the other guys. Obviously, taking Jose Quintana. And none of these guys, Showman Nye or any of these guys, they've pitched well enough. Luis Severino's actually pitched very well after his first start where he got rocked. So, I guess Milwaukee. So, I think he'll be he'll obviously the first one. He'll either go to the bullpen, or they'll put him in the minor leagues, or they'll let him go together. I don't know how many options he has left, or if they'll put him in the bullpen. I think put him in the bullpen to see how the guy can give you some length out of the bullpen. But that's probably Senga's probably definitely a few weeks away. He's just barely starting his rehab assignment. Not even sure if he started yet. He had a 20 or 25 pitch thing at like the lower level. Apparently, he looked very, very good, but it's also an all-star caliber MLB pitcher against low A. You should be doing very well. So Alvin could be back till the end of May, if not May first week of June. It's my guess. So 3 or 4 weeks away from that. So for now, Hauser is their 5th/6th starter. Christian Scott's on the rotation as part of the 6-man rotation. NHL playoffs last night. The Leafs defeat the Boston Bruins 2-1 and force Game 7. So they have not had Austin Matthews in either of the last 2 games. Undisclosed injury/illness. So I'm not really sure what that means. The NHL, they don't have to name the exact injury, so a lot of times they say upper body or lower body injury. I know Bruins coach Jim Montgomery said after the game that their first period struggles were unacceptable. They only had 1 shot in the first period in this game. They also didn't come out too hot in Game 5 either in the first period. William Nylander with 2 goals in the game. Joseph Woll, 22 saves. The only goal he allowed was in like the last second of the game. Didn't matter. Up 2 goals anyway. So Leafs win 2-1. If the Bruins blow back-to-back 3-1 series leads in the first round, that's embarrassing. Last year was obviously horrendous. You had the best regular season ever. You had the most regular season wins ever, most points in the regular season ever. You had your goalie Linus Ullmark was the best in the trophy. Was the best in the trophy winner. I think Jim Montgomery was Jack Adams Award, or he was definitely a finalist. David Pastrnak probably would have won MVP if Connor McDavid didn't have the historic year he had last year. He had this incredible year. Everyone's like, oh, they're winning the cup, they're winning the cup, they're winning the cup. And he blew a 3-1 lead to an 8-team Florida Panthers, who, of course, had an incredible run to the Stanley Cup final last year. Now, this year, you're a better team than the Maple Leafs. Leafs, they've won 1 playoff series since like 2008 or something like that. Before they beat Tampa in the first round last year, the Atlanta Thrashers have won a first-round playoff series since, more recently than the Leafs. And they hadn't been a team in like 10, 15, 12 some years, something like that. They became the Winnipeg Jets. So, Leafs were after they haven't won a Stanley Cup since like 1947 or something. They don't have good goaltending. I picked Bulls to win 6 games, as most people did in this series. Now, if you blow a 3-1 lead to them, that's embarrassing. Jim Montgomery, I don't even hate the guy. I think he's a good coach. He's gone. He has to be gone. He's kudos to him for obviously getting his life together. He was in Dallas, had some problem with substance abuse or something like that. Got himself together, came back into the league, got the Bruins job last year, but after blowing back-to-back 3-1 leads, one as the, after the best regular season of all time against an 8 seed that clinch the playoffs on like the last day of the season. And then, this time against a inferior Maple Leafs team that has won one playoff since like 2008. They're one of the most cursed franchises in all of sports. The Bruins are clearly the better hockey team. And like going back and forth with the goal from Swayman to Omar, I don't understand. Swayman's clearly the better goalie. You start to Omar a couple times. I don't get it. Also, you got Florida. They beat Tampa in 5 games. They were in the Cup last year and beat them. One, you'll get to get your revenge on them, and two, if Florida ends up in at least the conference final, not the Cup final, after going to the Cup final last year, with the coach they let go 2 years ago, Bruce Cassidy, which at the time didn't make any sense while they fired him. Then when they were playing with Montgomery, like, oh, maybe it was. Didn't make sense. Then when Cassidy beat him in the first round, I was like, oh, maybe not. And but Florida, they're gonna play the winner of the series in the second round. I think either team is gonna lose. So on top of the fact that Montgomery threw back-to-back 3-1 leads and series they easily should have won. Coach Day 5 was kind of the coach of my team, and then beat them last year, goes to the Cup final, and this year should be at least the conference finals this year. And you lost in the first round back-to-back years, blowing 3-1 leads. That's a very bad look. The Bruins better hope they don't blow this, because that's bad. In the NBA, the Pacers beat the Bucks 120-98. As they advance for second round, they upset the Bucks in 6 games. Obviously, Giannis did not play in the series. Dame didn't play in Game 5, came back for the game at 28 points, but ultimately falls short. 20 points, and that's for T.J. McConnell. The Bucks, I don't know what to say. Last year, you were the best team in the Eastern Conference. I thought they were going to the finals, and you lose in 5 to 8. He had a great run going to the finals last year. But still should win my series. I know Giannis missed a couple of games, but you still should win the series. That was embarrassing. You fire Mike Budenholzer. You bring in Adrian Griffin. A assistant coach coming over from the Toronto Raptors. You were 32-14 if I think, second in the East. Yes, you were struggling defensively, but you were 32-14, second in the East. You fire him. God knows why. Bring in Doc Rivers, the choke artist himself. You went 19-22. 3 games under 500 with Giannis, Damian Lillard, and Chris Middleton on one basketball team. 3 games under 500, including the playoffs with Doc Rivers, and lose in the first round the Indiana Pacers. I have nothing to say. And they're stuck with Doc. They just give him a huge contract. You're still paying Adrian Griffin. You might still be paying Mike Budenholzer at this point. They're stuck with him for probably another year or 2. They are screwed. They gave up everything for Damian Lillard, and it didn't work out. Terrible. And the Knicks beat the Philadelphia 76ers 118-115 in Game 6. They advanced to the second round of the playoffs. Those 2 teams I just mentioned will meet in the second round of the Eastern Conference playoff. New York Knicks will host Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Jalen Brunson, 41 points, 12 assists, absolute stud. What a player. He had 39, 47, 40, and 41 in the last 4 games of that series. Absolutely incredible player. Knicks win. What a tight series that was. Knicks outscored Philly by only 1 point across the 6 games. Both teams shot 44% from the field. The 3-point were 37-38 Knicks and Sixers, respectively. Was as tight as it got. Outside of the Sixers winning by 11, every game was really close. Knicks won by 5 in Game 5. Game 4, rather. They won by 3 in Game 6. They won by 2 in Game 2. Game 5, Philly won by 6 in overtime. Every game was super close. It was an incredible first round series. Knicks move on. And now I have to talk about Philly. Shut up and go home, okay? Shut your damn mouth. Oh, Joel Embiid, oh my God. So people have been telling me this guy's overrated for a while, and I kind of agree to an extent. I mean, the guy keeps coming short in the playoffs. I just hadn't watched them a lot. Knicks don't play Philly a lot in the regular season. They had not met them in the postseason during this, run of Joel Embiid at the forefront of the Philadelphia 76ers. When I got to see him up front, like the Boston Celtics did. Holy hell, that guy is not a superstar. All he does is foul bait. All he does. This dude is 7 feet tall, 280 pounds with a jump shot, and all you're doing is foul baiting. That's all the guy is doing. I say foul, but I don't mean he's driving to the basket a lot, and if he gets fouled, he gets fouled, like a lot of these stars do. Like that's fine. That's actually a very good skill. He's literally just trying to go to the line. He doesn't care if he makes a shot or not. That's not impressive. He tires easily. After every play, he's out of breath. Every play. what? Like, every player's got better, but this guy's, you guys in the NBA, these guys are in the best shape of most compared to any other person. Always pro athletes of course, got to be in tip-top shape. And you're just out of breath after every single play. Oh my God, this guy's also really slow, too. Him driving to that, it takes forever. Like, I feel like I'm watching him in slow motion. When he's going to the hoop, I'm like, is he going to go in for a shot? Is he going to pass it? Like, guy is slow as crap. And just every year in the playoffs, he does the same damn thing. Every year he doesn't do anything. Right, he had a good game last night, having 39-13. He also had like 13 free throws. He had 50 in game 3. Other than that, he did nothing. He was a ghost in the fourth quarter for pretty much the entire series. Freaking Precious Chua, who hadn't basically played in weeks, comes into the game after Joel Embiid injured Mitchell Robinson. Hartenstein fouled out and locked him up in the fourth quarter. Like, the dude, they throwing him out the bench to guard him. OG Anunoby locked him up in game 4. Look, I love OG Anunoby, perfect fit for next. I hope they lock him up in the offseason. I expect they will. He's a phenomenal defender, one of the league's best. But he's also like 6'8". He's like 4 or 5 inches shorter than Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid is a reigning MVP. OG Anunoby is obviously he's a supporting cast guy. And OG Anunoby's locking him up. Like, the dude is overrated. He's not a superstar. I don't think he's a 1. Like, he's not. I don't care where he's averaging 33 and 11 or he puts up 35 and 10 a lot. He's not. Also, he's not a leader. Over a superstar, you gotta be a leader. He's not a leader. He's just not. Like, how much longer are we going to do this? So how many dirty players do you have? Grabbing Mitchell Robinson's leg, hitting Brunson in the face multiple times. And oh my God, he whined after every freaking play. Every Philly player, after every foul that commits, an obvious foul, and they're arguing. All the nurse, the coach does it too. All the players. Oh my God. Outside of Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is a dog. That guy is a stud. He's going to be a great player for a long time. Phenomenal series. Obviously struggled in game 6, but the first 5 games, he was a dog. He was the second best player besides Jalen Brunson. He was just absolutely amazing. People talk about the face of the league. If he ever shy, I think he should be in the conversation as well, honestly. He is really, really good. He's going to be a stud for a long time in this league. I'm a very big fan of Tyrese Maxey. But Joel Embiid, no. Dude, come on. Him going, oh yeah, we're going to win this series. What about our team? They're going on 2-L. We're going to win this series. Shut up. You can't write checks that you can't cash, dude. All right, and you can't cash that check. All right, the check bounced, my guy. All right, change banks and go home. Okay, go to Cancun and shut up. Okay, and freaking Paul Reed saying, "Oh yeah, we want them in Knicks, so they're a better team." All right, because they just beat your ass in 6 games. Okay, goodbye. See you later. And the coach McNutt, who I don't have an issue with at all. He's a very good coach. There's a reason he has a championship ring. Yes, Kawhi had an incredible run in Toronto, but he's a good basketball coach in the NBA. There's a reason that he's had success, that he was able to get a job very quickly after getting let go by the Toronto Raptors. That's really picked him up pretty much right away. I think there's a reason that because he's a very good basketball coach. But him complaining after the game 2, oh yeah, we're sending the calls to the league. Like, dude, what are you talking about? What are we doing here? Joel Embiid in game 3 had like 23 free throws. Next team in the whole 21. Your guy's getting every call. Like, what are you talking about? I know this conference call in game 2 of Maxey was he fouled. The last 2-minute report said, which they gotta get rid of, by the way, is they gotta they got it wrong, but also they got the call of Tyrese Maxey traveling wrong on that shot. So, like, stop it. Okay, stop it. Okay, what are we doing? Freaking Kelly Burns calling out the celebrities saying, oh yeah, they don't pay attention, dude, shut up. Like, who are you, dude? Who are you? You're a nobody guy. Okay, buddy, go home. Okay, get out of here. See you later. Oh my God. So we talked a lot of crap for a team that was a playing team and then just lost in the first round. You gotta back it up if you're gonna run your mouth, and you can't, okay? You can't back it up, okay? See you later. Enjoy Cancun, losers. See ya. Bye. Oh my God. But Knicks beat Philadelphia. They're done. Sayonara. And by the way, the Philly fans should be ashamed of themselves. Freaking the owner, Michael Rubin, bought 2,000 tickets to stop Knicks fans from coming in after they flooded the stadium game 4. That is the most pathetic and embarrassing I've ever seen. If more Knicks fans, New York Knicks fans are in Wells Fargo Center located in Philadelphia, like that is just embarrassing. That means your fans aren't passionate and they're not confident in your team. If the owner of the team has to buy 2,000 tickets to keep Knicks fans out themselves, that's embarrassing, pathetic, and it's laughable. Almost as laughable as Joel Embiid in that basketball team. Oh my god, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. So stupid. Now the Carolina Hurricanes do the same thing for the New York Rangers. Laughable. That to me so that your fan base sucks and they don't care and they're worthless. So stupid and laughable, comical, and just absolutely pathetic. But that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time, so long. Have a great day.